Hi, this is Quinn Eichner with ParkCityPropertyGuide.com and Summit Sotheby's International Realty in Park City, Utah. As a local Park City realtor, I help clients frequently buy and sell vacation and second homes here in the Park City and Deer Valley area. Now, as you know, Park City and Deer Valley are resort markets, and one of the items that I want to discuss early in the process is lending in the Park City and Deer Valley area. Because we are a resort market, there are lending issues that can come up that are unique to resort real estate markets. And to help you sidestep some of those issues, both early in your market research and further down the road, I've sat down with Greg Cutt to help highlight some of those lending issues that we may see in the Park City and Deer Valley. Greg's a great local lender, and he has a lot of experience with the Park City and Deer Valley marketplace. Greg's with Guaranteed Rate Financial here in Park City.
Hi, my name is Gregory Cutt. I'm with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage in Park City, Utah. I've been a lender for 25 years, and most of that time I've been in Park City. Guaranteed Rate is the 8th largest retail lender in the United States, and we can lend in all 50 states. My focus, of course, is right here in Park City. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about why it's really important to use a local lender, especially in a resort town like Park City. Lending is a lot different in a resort town. There's a lot of unique properties, a lot of second home transactions, rental properties. The guidelines for these type of transactions can be different than what you might find in a more of a metropolitan area. We also have a lot of condominiums in this town, and those can be much tougher to finance. Not only does the borrower need to be qualified to buy the property, but the actual project itself has to go through a qualification. There's certain guidelines it has to meet to be eligible for us to be able to do a loan in a condo project. One of the things we run into here is we have a lot of condo projects that allow nightly rentals, meaning that they can be offered for rent on a weekly or nightly basis, and that causes a lot of lenders to have issues. Many lenders won't lend on a project that allows the nightly rentals. So it's important that a local lender, we're going to know what projects can be lent on, and if you're going to have any financing issues with those. I get a lot of deals where someone started with a lender from a different area, only to find out 3 or 4 weeks into the transaction that they wouldn't approve the condo project. And that can cause a lot of stress and aggravation for everyone involved. Another thing about working with a local lender is that we know the real estate agents, we know the title companies, and so we're all working together as a team, and it can just make the whole transaction go a lot more smoothly. So I really do believe it's important that you work with your local lender. A question that I get asked a lot has to do with second homes and rental properties, and are the rates and fees higher for those types of properties? The answer is, on a second home, the rates and fees are the exact same as if you were purchasing a primary residence. So there is no difference at all. On a rental property, the rates are typically 0.3% to 0.5% higher than what you would find for a primary resident or a second home. So what really makes the difference between a second home and a rental property? A lot of people here in Park City, they're purchasing something that they want to use for personal use, but they also would like to get some rental income from it as well. And that's fine, as long as you're going to be using it part of the year and you're going to not do a long-term tenant, where you're not going to put a long-term tenant into the property. You're just going to rent it out from time to time. We can consider that a second home. Now, if you're going to be buying a property and you're going to put a tenant in there where you're going to have a signed lease and they're going to be in there for several months at a time, then that definitely needs to be called a rental property, and that's when you are going to pay a higher interest rate. Another question that comes up has to do with the down payments on second homes and investment properties. The minimum down payment on a second home is 10%. And that is for loan amounts up to $417,000. Once you go above that loan amount, then the down payment requirement becomes 20%. And as you go higher and higher into the price range, into higher price ranges, the down payment requirement can increase. With rental properties, the minimum down payment is 15%. And again, that's up to loan amounts of $417,000. Once you go above that level, then the down payment requirement is 20%. And again, as you go into higher price ranges, that down payment can increase. A question that comes up is, are condos hard to finance in Park City? Well, there's a few different types of condo projects. We have regular condominiums, but we also have a lot of condo hotels. And you'll typically find condo hotels in resort towns. And what they are condo projects where someone is purchasing the unit and owning the unit. However, the project is being run just like a hotel. They have a front desk and people can check into one of the condos at the front desk, and they offer other hotel-like services such as maid service, food and beverage, things like that. Well, those kinds of projects are considered to be commercial in nature as opposed to residential. And so lenders normally like to lend on residential properties, so the lending restrictions are much stricter for condo hotels. There's really only a few lenders that will actually lend on those types of projects. The down payment requirements are higher, anywhere from 25% to 40% down. And the interest rates on the condo hotels are higher as well. They're typically 1% to 1.5% higher than if you were financing what we would consider a normal condominium. Do I need to be in Park City to close on the mortgage transaction? And the answer is no. In fact, the majority of loans that we do, we end up closing somewhere other than Park City. We very easily can set things up with the title company here to have the closing documents go out to the borrower no matter where they're located. A lot of times we'll establish a mobile notary service where they will actually bring the documents right to your home or your office. They'll walk you through the paperwork. You can sign everything. They'll notarize it for you, and then they send it back to the title company here in Park City, and we're able to record and close your transaction. With regards to working with a lender, it really makes so much more sense to work with someone local, because we know the nuances and kind of the quirks of resort town lending. We can save you a lot of time and aggravation right up front, because you can talk to us about the various types of condos and properties. We can let you know if you're going to run into any problems with those before you even start the process, so that you don't waste weeks of your time only to find out that you're going to run into an issue. So it's just so important to work with a local lender, a local real estate agent, so we can really walk you through the steps of borrowing money and purchasing property in a resort town like Park City.